Hello watch enthusiasts, this is OJ Whatley coming to you in real time, direct from What You Want with another Time Talks watch video. If you like our videos, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, What You Want Inc. And also make sure to check out our website, www.whatyouwant.com, to view this watch, as well as our entire inventory of pre-owned luxury watches categorized by brand and by price. So today, I have the pleasure of talking to you about a very rare Panerai, the Panerai PAM 40. There's a lot of mystique that goes with this PAM 40 because it truly is an anomaly within the Panerai catalog. So this is the Panerai PAM 40 B series. It was released at SIHH in 1999. It was only made in 200 pieces and it's categorized by Panerai as a special edition. Interestingly, it doesn't have the oversized special edition box set. It doesn't have the special edition parchment certificate. And it kind of makes you wonder how Panerai can call this a special edition. But in fact, the PAM 40 reference number was retired, or so Panerai says, which means it'll never be made again, and that certainly qualifies it as a special edition. This watch was made as a B series. The first titanium Panerai released was the PAM 25 A series titanium submersible. This was the second. They say that this was sort of a test run to see if the historic models would fly or would be desirable and how the public would respond to a titanium-cased historic model watch. And that was what prompted the release of the PAM 40. This watch was actually the precursor to the massively successful PAM 36 Marina Militare, which featured the same 44mm titanium case. The difference between this watch and that watch was that watch, the PAM 36, had a brown dial. This watch, the PAM 40, has a black dial. Interestingly, they both have tritium dials, as indicated by the T-Swiss T marker at the bottom of the dial at 6 o'clock. Again, as I mentioned, the PAM 40 had the black dial, whereas the PAM 36 had the dark brown, that tobacco brown dial that Panerai became so infamously known for. Also, the PAM 40 featured a solid titanium caseback, whereas the PAM 36 featured one of the first releases of the see-through sapphire caseback. A lot of people like this solid caseback because they feel like a tactical sport watch should have that solid caseback. But at the end of the day, it's truly about personal preference. As a B series watch, interesting that this watch came with a tritium dial rather than a luminova dial because truthfully, candidly, in the B series, that is when they started transitioning out of the tritium dials and into the luminova dials. So this is one of the only B series watches other than the submersible model series to feature a tritium dial for the B series. And indeed, the PAM 36 was the only C series watch to feature a tritium dial other than, again, those submersible models. So this was Panerai's test of the titanium case. They wanted to see how it would fly, how it would be received. They wanted to see what it would look like in a historical model. And again, this is what prompted the release of the PAM 36. Personally, I love those tritium dial markers. I love those tritium Arabic numbers and hour markers. They're fat. They're not quite chalky like the pre-vendome pieces, but they are rich, they're clean, and they're smooth. And this particular watch really has done an unbelievable job of maintaining its original look and feel. And, the patina of this watch is really, very slight. Everything has sort of aged just a little bit, maybe a shade or so, but the luminous material is still extremely green, which a lot of times that luminous material turns yellow and sometimes even a dirty brown. This particular watch has really retained its original look and feel so well. It just happens to be a magnificent example of a B series tritium dial watch where the hands are still very bright, as are the markers, and everything seems to match really, really well. Those are some of the things to look for when you're looking for a really nice example of this watch. Now, I will caution you, a number of these pieces were sent to Panerai for service, and unfortunately, that original tritium dial was swapped for a luminova dial. So there are a number of PAM 40s in circulation today that have the luminova dial. Some would call those very rare and collectible anomalies, and I would suggest those are almost in the category of Frankensteins due to the fault of the service center very insensitively swapping out those dials, in my opinion. Sort of like what Rolex did when they stuck a service dial on an original gilt dial. Heresy, in my opinion, but the manufacturers and the service centers do what they want. Anyways, this happens to be just a perfect example. This watch comes complete with all the boxes and papers, and as I had mentioned, as a special edition, it does not have the original oversized special edition box set with the locking box or any of that sort of fanfare. It's just the traditional box set, but we do know it is a special edition as identified by Panerai. Again, you've got that brass finished titanium case in 44 millimeter. It's that original Luminor case. And it's got one of the original A series and B series, gold semi-matte calf straps. In later models, these liners would be like a lighter suede color. And in some cases of the original A series were actually just leather and not suede at all. So it really just depends. But this is the original strap to this watch and has the original thumbnail titanium buckle complete with the Panerai signature right at the tip of that. Now this is a B series buckle, so it's only got one screw head, not like the original A series buckles which had two screw heads, much like the pre-vendome lugs systems where they had two screw heads. But again, this has the original B series buckle. It's a titanium buckle, brushed titanium with only one screw head, and of course it's stamped titanium. There you have it. So this has been another Time Talks video. I thank you so very much for your time today. And as always, wear your watches in the very best of health. This is OJ Whatley signing off. Have a great day.